I always said that no matter how big or how much corruption there is, never greater than the individual or the might of doing the right thing.
He may be playing the harmonica now, but 40 years ago, Frank Serpico was blowing the whistle on widespread corruption in the New York Police Department. It made him a pariah on the force, and he was shot during a drug bust in 1971 while screaming for his backup. Serpico went on to testify in front of the Knapp Commission on police corruption and was famously profiled in print and on the big screen, before virtually disappearing from the public eye for nearly 40 years. After a decade wandering Europe and North America, he finally settled here in Columbia County in upstate New York, about 2 hours north of New York City, where he's a familiar face around town. I spent a few days with him up here, walking in the woods and talking in coffee shops. He enjoys the solitude of nature as a healing force against the lingering trauma from the scandal and the shooting. Those who have seen the film know that the Serpico character, played by Al Pacino, was big on disguises in his plainclothes police work. And each day I visited, true to form, Frank would show up in some new getup. He's currently writing his memoirs and can often be found working away on the computers in the local library, which is where I prevailed upon him recently to watch Serpico, the 1973 film, on my laptop. He said it was the first time he had ever fully seen the film, and during the painful opening scenes he still couldn't bear to watch.
It's been so, worked out of my psyche, It's just amazing that 38 years later, we're here talking about it. And there's division plainclothes. This is actually an illegitimate arrest. But that happened all the time,
You started taping your calls?
Oh yeah. I wanted to have it on record. Yeah, this was the Bronx courthouse. This is when they find out that my partner was keeping the money. I wasn't getting it, so there was a lot of pressure. Exact setup to my apartment. That's Pacino drinking his favorite wine. And now see, this is like it's happening before I go in and see the inspector. It's just a show of bravado.
You had good fighting skills? Did you have jiu-jitsu?
Black belt. This is what the system wants to do. It wants to intimidate the good guys. And that's why it's so important for individuals to stand up and do the right thing. The police commissioner wouldn't come near me with a 10-foot pole except for a photo op. Not one of New York's 39,000 showed up to give me blood. Really, nobody volunteered. This didn't happen in the hospital. This is total. This is the Hollywood part. It's a phony shield. So.
But was it presented at in the hospital?
Oh, no way. They handed it to me over the counter with the Medal of Honor, like a pack of cigarettes. And they never even had a ceremony for me. I wasn't invited to the promotion ceremonies, nothing. Yeah, this I wrote my own little thing, and it was quite a turnout there. It was, in a way, a load off my shoulder,
Mm.
Yeah, well, I used to hang out on the dock there with Alfie. That was right by my apartment. I've taken my knocks, but I feel I'm a better person for it. And I think, yeah, it is a good moral lesson. You have to go up against the odds to do the right thing. I certainly don't have any regrets.